Brian Rogers is the Managing Director of McArthur Business Solutions, an FM and property service consultancy which he founded with his son Cameron. Following a distinguished military career, Brian became passionate about ensuring that buildings are not just places to work, but actively improve people's working lives. With decades of experience in the commercial built environment, Brian has advised many high-profile clients on various aspects of their businesses, including corporate strategies and structure. We spoke to Brian about what led him to set up his own business and his future plans for the company. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your career history.
Hi, I'm Mr. Brian Rogers. I'm the Managing Director of McArthur Business Solutions. I've had two careers really. The first career I had was with the British Army for 23 years, from 1977 to 2000. I've given away my age now, obviously. And since then, I then broke into the world of facilities management, and in 2013 set up McArthur Business Solutions with my son and my wife. So that's kind of where we are to date, if you like, with the two careers. And I've managed to blend one into the other quite successfully and take an active part now in this veterans initiatives that go on and speak a few times Old Trafford with some of the veterans for Job Oppo, and actively look to try and help them where I can within reason, or indeed employ them myself if it's appropriate.
How did McArthur Business Solutions come about?
So just prior to 2013, I'd been working with a couple of well-known organisations as their ops director, and I'd been giving some thought as to service delivery, the FM world, the way things went, both from a client side and from a service provider side. And there were a number of areas that I began to think these are just not going well for either party. And I'd taken a natural break just before, towards the end of 2012. And it was during that 3-month break that I sat there with my son Cameron and my wife Lynn, and really was encouraged by both of them to say, look, if you're that passionate about it, why don't we set up a company, a consultancy, and see if we can bring some real value and benefit to both client side and service provider side across the entire property portfolio, public and private sector. And that's what we did. We sat down, we registered the company, and initially we really didn't think it'd go anywhere, and I had a few contacts here and there. And the first job we were given was mobilising Europe's biggest new hospital, which was the Royal London Hospital on the Whitechapel Road here. That's what kick-started it, and of course from there people began to come to us and ask about, oh, could you help us with this? Can you maybe come and mobilise that? So really from setting up as an FM consultancy, I've always kept the fact that McArthur Business Solutions, we're a solutions-based organisation. If you have an issue or a thought or a problem within the property or the facilities management arena, we will be able to provide a solution.
How was the business developed into what it is today?
We found that a lot of our clients were asking us, oh, do you know anyone that can manage that project? Do you know anyone that could redesign this bit for us? And we thought, well, hang on a minute, we're not going to start bringing in loads of other people. So we developed our own supply chain, trusted partners, which we use to this day, and we were able to offer a one-stop shop to clients then, from inception to final delivery. If it was a new project, for instance, a good example of that would probably be, I know they're no longer, but the Thomas Cook new UK head office in Peterborough. We were asked to find a new building on the outskirts of Peterborough. The brief was to deliver a brand new building for the UK headquarters that screamed holiday company. And we delivered it from start to finish, the design, all of the engineering fit out, all of the furniture, all of the acoustics for all the rooms. Looking back, that's probably one of our best projects because it was so clever what our design company came up with within the building.
What differentiates McArthur Business Solutions in the marketplace?
If we agree to do something for a client, no matter how big or small, we do it. We do it when we say we'll do it. We do it for the price we said we'd do it for. And unless there's a massive change by the client, that's what we do. And that was one of the frustrating things I had seen in the industry at times. And I don't direct that at any consultancy company or any FM company. It's just I'd seen so many instances where projects or initiatives weren't being delivered on time. And indeed, there's been a number where we were asked to come in and sort out somebody else's mess, in the politest way of saying it, I suppose. And that began to build more gravitas. And then more recently, we've tagged on. This year, last year, we've made a real push on building some other services. We now offer a full health and safety consultancy across all areas of business, and two great guys that work for us on that. We're now offering asset surveying and asset digitization services as well, because we just felt that it linked in with everything. So if I'm sat there with the chief exec saying, look, this is maybe a better strategy, your FM can be delivered in that way, but your building isn't working very smart, let's have a look at it. So although we may get a brief from a client that says we'd just like to do that and that, of course we'll do that, but we feel we want to bring something else to the table. And one of the things, I suppose, in the old days, that consultancies had a bad name, because there was a bad habit sometimes of a consultancy telling a client exactly what they already knew. And I'd seen that so many times. I always said, no, if you're gonna go in and advise or suggest or come up with ideas, don't tell them what they already know. Explain about where things could improve, where things can be done differently, where we can bring more environmental initiatives, which all of the FM world are trying to do. But I have, speaking bluntly, seen so many FM organisations making promises to do some of those things, but they never quite deliver them when they say they will. And that's disappointing, I think, as a profession. There are a number of the big consultancies that offer a range of services, and it's more and more difficult, or it's been more difficult for smaller consultancies like ours to break down some barriers and get in front of people. We've been fortunate. But I now believe that a lot of organisations are seeing the benefit of smaller groups. That I think the best example of that is if I come to a client and I say, you can talk to me. You can talk to me. I don't come along, give a fee for someone and then send someone who's maybe not very skilled or not at the right level to do exactly what you, the client, are maybe hoping to achieve. So you always get one of the main directors and owners of the company involved in every initiative. We're hands-on. We still do it, although I'm getting older. I get rather passionate about our industry. I want to be part of it, and we're fortunate at the moment to be working with, again, some of the world's best known organisations.
What's next for McArthur Business Solutions?
I just want to keep active, involved in the industry, helping others, mentoring others, letting Cameron have that ability to keep driving the company forward. We are also working with Oxford Brookes University, which I mentioned as well, on an asset plan for them, and we're helping to advise on a way forward for them. So, a lot going on. Do I want more? We always want some more to be going on. People talk about quality clients. We can look back at our clients, we can look at the clients we've got. They're all quality, but quite frankly, if the guy around the corner in a small coffee shop said, could you help? I'd walk in and help him. So it's not about the name, it's about bringing that passion, that professionalism and that service to anyone that really wants it and sees the benefit of having it. So that's where we've got to today. We'd like to take on more clients, but we always managed it, because I think my final point on that is, I've always said to the team, never take on more than we can actually do, in the sense of, if I say I'm going to be on that project or I'm going to be, and I can't, we've let that client down at that moment in time. So it's not chasing the pound, it's fixing and finding the quality pieces of work and then delivering them in the best way we can. And that's really how we operate.